I really don't think you have anything close to meta at this point.
You just have dankness, like mono dankness, right?
Pretty much.
Not meta.
Yeah, you got nothing close to meta there.
What's your finisher? Yeah.
Hold on, I was thinking.
What up, guys? Welcome to Base Damage. And this week, podcast number, I forgot the number because I'm not looking at my notes.
Alrighty.
I know, right? It's like 75, I think.
Off to a great start already.
Ain't that the damn truth? I think it's 75. This is your host as normal, Kool-Aid, and we have Kyle, Joe Schmo. What's up?
Hey.
And coming back from this, I'll get to you in a second. And we also have Timmy.
Huh?
Wait, what?
What's up, Timmy?
What's going on? What's going on?
It's all good. Okay, back to Kyle. I realize this is the first one you've been on in a long while.
Oh, that's an understatement.
Like, a very long while. Okay.
You know, it's really awkward because I remember way back when I made a comment like, man, Joe is in like every single one of these, and then just straight up drop off the face of the earth.
Oh, damn, you have a point for that. That's weird.
Well, I have apparently I just do that, so, you know.
Alright. Well, damn. Okay, so getting to like some of the things for today, I want to give a quick update on some other stuff. I'm testing out software today. I'm actually got the OBS studio. I'm going to be messing with that. So hopefully once I get this up and rolling, I'll be able to start recording like road deck reviews and whatnot, so I'll be able to post those again. Also, this podcast is sponsored by Kyle's Internet, so get ready for it to drop. I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Kidding. No.
Thank you, CenturyLink.
No,
Oh
just kidding.
God, you have CenturyLink. That's right.
Yeah. And let's see. Okay, so to get started, that's really all the channel updates. Is the fact that I'm going to be trying to get road deck reviews. I take that back. Road deck reviews, and we're going to be trying to get to where I can record some more with some other stuff for the next tournament thing, because I know we were talking about live streaming at some point, like trying to live stream a tournament, and we're going to try to do that. I don't know how well that's going to go over because I've never done that, but I'm going to get help from some other people.
Never know until we try.
This is
Exactly.
very true. But yeah, so here's hoping. But to start off the first topic of today, I think last week, Bushi released their quote-unquote new updates to their floor rules or whatever, as far as like the official tournament rules changes and or updates to their stuff. So it really didn't seem like much of an update to me. Like, and I just read this today that we're recording this. So yeah, apparently they only really did two kind of update things, it seems. The first being what they refer to as tokens. Basically anything like markers or things to represent various things throughout their different card games. They gave a couple examples from like Vanguard and whatnot.
Yeah.
Which, let me see if I can scroll down to find that real quick. Like, for, if you want to do...
It's like the 5,000 power markers, more or less, that they provide in some trial decks and some like promos.
Yeah.
That's the example they give here, at least.
They're the 5,000 power, +1 critical, stuff like that.
Yeah.
For Weiss, they give the example of if you wanted to represent like an attack buff for a character, you just gotta state this is what's representing the buff. It's like how for Pokemon, I think like when they tried to represent damage counters way back when, I don't know if they still do that to this day, but as far as like when I played Pokemon years ago, as far as the card game, the damage counters, they had these little cardboard cutout things that just...
Yeah. Way back when you had to use the cardboard cutouts. Now you can just use dice. It's fine.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
but back then, yeah, you had to use the stupid, hard to keep track with cardboard cutouts.
Yeah.
And God knows those were awful.
Yeah. Like, when I first read this, and it was just like, the first thing you can use now for this are tokens or aids. And anyway, as far as when I read the thing about tokens, the first thing I thought was like MTG with like infinite elf tokens, and yes, there's shenanigans you can do for that. So I was like, wait, what? What? So, they've seen the scapegoat shenanigans in Yu-Gi-Oh recently, and they're like, yeah, no. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm sorry, I'm making bad Yu-Gi-Oh jokes on this channel. So, anywho, that is rain. Okay, they basically talked about that is allowed now. Like that's like the main thing that I took away from it. I remember when I was first getting into it, I went up to Raleigh, and some of the people up there were helping me like pick up cards, work on decks and whatnot. And one of the people up there mentioned, because they saw me playing, and I was like, is it okay if I use this just because I'm trying to like keep track of power levels? And the person told me, I don't care if you do that here, but if you go to a regionals or something, and they'll tell you can't do that because it's considered note taking. Like I was using like little dice to represent X number of like 1,000.
Yeah, like we
buffs.
normally do in locals.
Yeah, that's what we had done for so long, and then all of a sudden I find out that I'm like, this is not allowed for like regional stuff. Not like we really cared for locals, but I was telling people about that, and they're like, oh well, we have to go ahead and try to prepare for regionals and not.
Yeah,
do
we were all weaning ourselves off of that real quick.
Yeah, it was a thing. So, but now that that's allowed, like I know Matt Brower is going to be happy for that.
Oh yes, very much so.
Because that's something he's just like, fuck it, I'm still doing it. So, the other thing was just confirming what like shuffle techniques they approve of, type thing. Like,
I was just reading that. Oh my god, I didn't know they went so in depth about shuffling.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's one thing that's always been an issue for a majority of a lot of different card games. Like, as far as like, obviously not wanting people to be able to stack. One of the other things they went into detail about, as well. Sorry, I'm trying to scroll down to get to it. Even past the like what things they approve of for randomization was also reinforcing the you're not allowed to to organize cards in your like waiting room or whatever.
Yeah, you're not allowed to change the order or anything. You have to, as they go in, that's where you go in.
Yeah. What they stated was placing cards in sequence, but yeah, just you can't go in and just stick all of your climaxes together just so you know exactly how many climaxes you have. No, you got to leave them where they're at. Like, But yeah. So that's really the only kind of changes that they did. Like I say changes, but just as far as updates. And to go over the shuffle stuff that they said it was cool. See if I can do this. Hindu shuffle, where you basically just kind of like grab a section of the deck, put it on top, and repeat to do so over and over and over.
Like Hindu shuffle is like Yu-Gi-Oh anime shuffle, where they just
yeah, that
take the middle of the stack and then put it on top. Take the bottom stack, put it on top.
Yeah. Deal shuffle, which is basically pile shuffling. And that's always been perfectly fine, as far as I understand. And then what's called Pharaoh shuffle, but it's where you split the deck into two and then just try to mesh them together and just shuffle that way.
Yeah, Pharaoh shuffle is like bridge shuffling and.
It does not say riffle shuffle up here, so if anybody decides to riffle shuffle my fucking deck, I'm gonna bitch smack them.
I do not like you one bit.
Oh god, even then, like splitting into two piles and just putting them back together by force. No, that makes me feel like some sleeves are gonna be cut, and I ain't trying to do that today.
I know it says where it says trying to combine them by force, but I just try to go, okay, just let gravity do its job. So
yeah, no, like if I do that kind of thing, I would like gently kind of like, okay guys, you guys can go in when you want to, it's fine.
Just trying to
don't ruin my sleeves, please.
Trying to talk your cards through it. So
okay, like going back to deal shuffling though, I kind of have an issue with their wording here. Excuse me. Because they say try splitting into 5 or 7. 7's okay. 5, on the other hand, as far as I remember pile shuffling go, 5 would not be okay in this game because our decks are 50 and 5 goes into 50, divisibly. So that would give you even sets of piles, meaning the cards wouldn't be shuffled as well. And that's one thing that kind of throws me off entirely.
Okay, so
Because that used to be, to kind of give myself some background here, there used to be a thing that I used to research was a lot of shuffling methods. Because back when I was playing Card Fight, I was like, how come I'm seeing all my triggers and whatnot? Because I did a lot of, well, I guess they call it the Hindu shuffle here, so I did a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also did a lot of dealing, but in Card Fight, since it was 49 cards, I dealt in 7s naturally.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, because of the even splitting, it kind of just goes back in a circle. And also, you can use it to stack cards. Because if you know your opening hand is 5, you know what 5 piles you're going to put, Or if you know your opening hand is 7, you know what 7 cards are going to be on top. And then you just, that pile ends up on top.
Okay.
So naturally, it ends up being, I've kind of trained myself and also watch out for other people. Like, okay, cool, your deck's divisible by this amount. I'm going to need you to not pile shuffle on that amount.
Mm-hmm.
Or if so, when they offer to cut, I just take it and then, I just shuffle in myself. But
Yeah.
again, it's one of those like things to look out for, but also again, you have the last touch of your opponent's deck. So
Yeah.
if you see something sketchy and you tap it, then of course it's your fault. But
Yeah. Exactly. Like that's one reason why when they with the opponent to presents like to what the usual cut tap thing. I will ask, do you care if I just give it one quick shuffle myself? Just one quick thing. And if they say sure, then I'm just going to do that real quick and that's it. But if they just want me to cut, then I'm going to be like, okay, they're obviously just doing something sneaky. So, but that's whatever. Not saying that that's what everyone's intention is. If they just say you don't cut, they may think I'm trying to do something sneaky if I'm wanting to shuffle and not cut as well. So I shouldn't word it that way. I just like being able to shuffle if I think something's going on. As opposed
like
to
honestly,
just cut.
I'll even just like to make it quicker, I'll Hindu shuffle the mess out of the deck anyway. But
Oh yeah. But also, I feel like from Hindu shuffling you could actually damage some like sleeves worse. But I don't know.
yeah, I mean, not like shoving it back where cards are, just taking it back and putting it on top,
Yeah.
But
I've seen someone try to do that.
but not, yeah, I've seen some like taking the middle and like trying to shove it back in the middle. I'm like, oh god,
like,
how are you doing that to your sleeves?
So
And they reach over for my deck, and I'm like, ah, no, you can cut like a normal person, please.
Exactly. I wonder if anyone ever goes around with like one of those Uno deck card shuffler things and just tries to use that.
Oh
instead.
Jesus! All right.
Oh my god.
Again.
Hang on here. Hold up. You can continue what you're doing. I need to go to Amazon real quick.
So do you have one of those? Oh, God. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that.
Oh no, like I would just kind of buy it just to test it with commons, honestly.
Like you'd have to test it in sleeves though.
Yeah.
But, like-
I would. I would put commons in there, not.
Nah, let me
Fair
pull
point.
my triple rares and sign cards in there real quick.
Hey Kyle, can I borrow like all your sign cards? It's for an experiment. Don't worry, it's for an experiment.
That's why when your opponent goes to present to cut tap and you go, hey, you mind if I shuffle that real quick? Yeah, sure, dude. It's all good. You pull that thing out your
Pulls out
backpack,
machine.
smack it on the table, just and just watch them just go no.
Yo, put my deck in there. It shuffles it, and I turn it to him. Come on, you want to play fair, right?
I wonder how many people would rage quit at that point. I don't know.
All right, free win. Let's go.
Man, this Uno shuffler was like the best thing I bought today.
God.
And just like that, we were in the top 4.
It was at this moment
I
that
know.
Kyle knew
I need-
he fucked up.
I need to see the size of an Uno card because I see a lot of casino double shufflers, and those are a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I need to see the size of an Uno card.
We're gonna have to find this out now, so anywho.
Yeah, that's gonna be an experiment for like that. That might be some content in the future. You never know.
You know what? Now that you mention it,
Well, I'm just going towards a Rust to go buy an Uno machine.
Okay.
actually, does Harry have one?
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think
He has
so.
Uno cards,
I know.
but not like a machine.
No, like, it's not like a big like thing. It's literally like just anyway. So, anywho, outside of that, that's it for a lot of the updates. I can understand what you're saying to me about the whole thing with the pile shuffling. I never considered that with the if it was an even split type thing.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you scroll down a little bit
Mhm.
to where they show the pictures of like before shuffling and then after like the 7 style stack and whatnot,
Yeah.
you can kind of see it there where like there's still a bunch of cards that are somewhat grouped together.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Like here they use
Kyle, stop typing.
Sorry.
they use Dragonborn, some Weiss cards and some Buddy Fight cards, and they shuffled them together to give us a good example of what looks like what.
Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Who plays Dragonborn? I'm just kidding.
But yeah, like the picture they provide here kind of shows it a little bit, where like everything's still kind of grouped together, which is why they say shuffle multiple ways. But
Yeah. All right. Well, if nothing else, I will plug that link down in the description if people want to check that out and see the examples that Bushiroad has posted. But that's basically it for those kind of updates. But I figured it was a good thing to go over because my boys, this weekend, we're going back to Georgia.
Oh yeah, we got to get redemption this time.
Round 2,
this is my
motherfuckers.
first time.
Oh yeah, true. Because you didn't go with those last time. Last time it was just me and Kyle going. As I see people typing in the Skype chat. But
It's not me.
it is they're
Oh man.
quote unquote regionals. It's like supposed to be the team tournament where it's 3v3. Now I don't know if this means that like all 3 team members are supposed to sit across from their other 3 team people that they're supposed to be playing against, or if it's just like you're seated anywhere and it just is based off who wins from your thing. I don't know.
I believe you're all going to be seated together.
I was going to say, how was the card fight team thing you did a while back?
Yeah, the card fight thing, we all sat together.
Okay,
They
so
were,
that's probably how they're going to do it.
Well,
You know how like the tables are at Blue Ox, where there's 3
Yeah.
chairs to a table? It's one of those long tables.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they sit you basically in a bunch of those.
yeah, but that's
And
card fight.
you're facing.
Bushiroad likes card fight. Bushiroad is having problems with Weiss. So
Well, this is how they do all their team things, if I remember correctly. It's just they sit 3 in front of people, 3 in front of people, and then depending on what chair you are is depending on opponent you're facing, because they their chairs match
yeah,
match across.
do they choose who sits where, or do you get to
No,
just
you choose. You choose who sits where.
So we decide who's 1, who's 2, who's 3.
Right.
funky?
And I can tell you right now, people do not put them like in order of best decks. I will tell you right now, I sat second chair and I faced freaking Draconic Overlord the end, and I was so angry because that was like the best deck at the time, and I was like, they'll clearly put them first and or third. They'll never put them second. I fought Ezel and Draconic Overlord at the end. I was like,
God bless you, my child.
Damn.
Meanwhile, I'm like, man, look, what are my opponents or what are my friends facing over here? I'm looking at Aquaforce and I'm looking at freaking some trash Nova grappler deck. I'm like, oh man.
And then they found out they had a random Korean card. Anyway, so we're moving forward.
hey, I didn't run a Korean card.
All right. Well,
None of us knew that existed until Wade's like, oh, oops.
yeah. But yeah, for this, this time is the team tournaments. It's not going to be like invitations for nationals/worlds. That's supposed to be for the fall. So it'll be interesting to see how this works out. So wanted to go over, obviously, like I said, for the floor roll. So it's something we can look forward to now. If people say, yeah, I'm using this to represent how much power, it's going to be like, okay, cool, that's fine if you do that. But I'm just still going to double check on all of your fucking effects beforehand. I don't want you to say, yeah, he's getting 3,000 power, and I, look at the stuff and add everything up and go, I'm sorry, sir, he's only getting 2,000, So don't believe everything you're told, I think. So.
Yeah, no, still RTFC.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yes.
I can never reiterate that enough.
I mean, unless you're just one of those confident ones, like, oh, 2,000 power, whatever.
It's like, that's cool.
As you're holding your backup in hand. Yeah, 2,000 power. Keep on going.
Yeah.
We got room to spare.
God. Oh, man.
Oh, what? Your early plan? Good thing I got this Tiffany in hand. Yeah, come on, hurry up.
Just
Oh, look,
Tiff
let me
just,
Nico knee that back to your hand already.
just just Tiff ready to just drop down and be like, all right, who I gotta take out? Oh man,
Who's banned from the bar? Come on, let's go.
the Dicey Cafe. But so I wanted to go over what our expectations are. Like from last time, I very much enjoyed the venue. Did not like all of the random people coming up asking me for money. Because I've never.
Wait, what?
That's Georgia.
That's Atlanta in general. Like this isn't like pertaining to how the card game thing was. This was
that happened to me a lot at ECU campus. So
fair point. But
so weird.
Yeah. No, this wasn't in the venue. This was like they purposely tried to keep as many homeless people out as they could, even though there was one. Anyway,
Beat me right to it.
I know. I know you were chomping at the bit, son. Yeah. But no, for real, like that was just walking to and from the venue from the hotel and all that jazz, because we kind of wanted to go and check it out. But the night before.
I mean, logically, I guess it makes sense because there's a giant event and there's just people walking around. I mean,
yeah.
If they're going to this giant event and paying all this money for cardboard, they're like, you could probably throw some cash and help me out.
Oh no, it was.
Which of course,
Or they want boxes. One of those.
9.5 out of 10 don't. But
that's what Lindsay was like trying to say, because Taylor had like his box of stuff and he's just like, "Hey man, what's in the box?" Like 5 people at least tried to ask him what was in his box. He's just cards. Can I have them? No. Okay. And just. So, anywho, so not looking forward to that, but that's whatever. I'm still very much interested to see how this is going to go for the team tournament thing. I've already seen some of the other.
Backpack. I just remember that.
You gonna get a backpack? I have a spare one over here if you want.
I need to have a better, card carrying bag.
Yeah.
Considering that what I have now is like permanently open because the lock broke on it.
Yeah, you might want something different.
Fair point.
Yeah, so walking around with a messenger bag
says, "Come and steal, please."
An open messenger bag, something I can't feel being tampered with at my side unless I actually look and see it.
Yeah, that's what I had to do, was make certain that mine was anyway. But I know that I've noticed they've already been posting results for some of the other Springfest regionals. I think they posted Chicago recently. I could be wrong on that, but they've posted at least like 2 or 3, and so I need to go up and see like what all won for those. Watch me just playing against 3 people all playing AOT.
We need to see who to give shoutouts to.
Oh yeah. So while y'all are, that's basically like my expectations is we're definitely going to see AOT because there's still going to be the tryhards. I say tryhards, but since this is not for like a nationals thing, I would expect more people to try to show up with fun decks. Like I would not expect, but hope. Like that's maybe what I end up doing myself.
See, I feel you there, but also I think, some people kind of get a little bit trigger happy when they see that trophy just sitting there, and, it could have their name on it, but it could have their friend's name on it, or it could have, that random dude sitting across from them's name on it, and then they just kind of spark some anger in them, and then they just pull out the most meta thing out.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Go into detail
Yeah,
about this, why don't you? Tell us how you really feel. No, you're fine.
Hey man, I'm just saying that's how I see the world. I'm like, oh man, there's competition everywhere. Ooh, good thing I'm not one of them, and I just sit and play my little tier 3 deck and cry. But then look at all the meta guys, like, I understand how the decks work. Their decks bore me.
God. All right, so they haven't posted up like the results yet, like on the English Weiss site. So I probably just need to go to Facebook. I'll check that out.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm sitting here looking on the Weiss site. I don't see it.
Yeah.
But now I feel like since P5 just came out, and
I know there's
Up
gonna be a
them
lot
jokers.
of P5.
There's going to be a lot of P5.
Oh, absolutely. It's like when Gurren Lagann finally drops. I guarantee you, it's gonna
Yeah.
be everywhere.
Oh, if you're playing Gurren Lagann, prepare for like if you make it 5 rounds, 4 of them are mirror matches.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, that's what fucking that's had to have been what a majority of like Worlds was. For like I know when I brought Riaz on, him and Bentley, like them discussing Worlds and whatnot, it seemed like they did not have to mirror match as much, but they still had mirror matches. So, yeah, it's still going to be a thing regardless. But obviously, like, I do prefer when it's more diverse. But yeah, carry on.
I mean, who doesn't like a diverse meta?
We need to go. Oh yeah, that's right. Nobody takes foreign anymore.
Yeah, Hatsukazes, anyway.
Cough, cough.
Wait, is there 4 per team? I see
No, it's
4
3.
people for these pictures.
The
But I
fourth
see 4
person's one of
people
the
with-
representatives standing over to the side.
Oh, I couldn't see the shirt. My bad. I'm sitting here like, why is there 4 people?
I'm fairly certain one
Kyle's
of them
like,
isn't
oh
even wearing
boy,
a shirt.
did we misplan?
No, I'm just so big I count as 2 people. It's okay. I realize that's what you were banking on. Just, yeah.
Jeez, Kyle. Way to bring down the mood.
Damn. But so I'll look this up later. Anyway, just because Facebook's wanting to be slow as fuck right now. Anyway, so let's see. It does make me wonder how many people are going to show up. Like, if it was like a whole team of the same deck. I think we had a discussion on this as far as what groupings of decks there may be. Like,
Okay, wait, do they... I don't know if they allow same worlds to play on the same team.
same worlds?
Or
Oh,
same,
sets.
whatever you want to call
Good
these.
point.
Series.
'cause if-
Series. I'll call them series for now.
Yeah, no, everyone
Sets.
has to have different series on the team.
Because I'm pretty sure they don't allow that.
True, because if I think about it, like how you're saying, if people can just sit wherever they want, if they could just pass, if they all had like the same color sleeves and could just pass each other their cards, fair point. Yeah, okay, so everybody probably has to be running something differently, more than likely. This will be the first time I've ever done this. I remember, I actually never ended up doing this, but for MTG they had what was called two-headed giant tournaments. I think they had something similar in Yu-Gi-Oh, but I never got into it. So I can understand where you'd want people to have like different decks for this type of thing. But this is also where they're going to have, even though it's not the same person doing best 2 out of 3, it essentially is whoever wins 2 out of the 3 games is the team that wins, to my understanding.
Yeah, that's how it works
So.
for the most part.
All right. But yeah, sorry. Please carry on with your thoughts from before. I just was putting my 2 cents as I usually do.
I mean, that's what the podcast is for. You know, everyone puts in their 2 cents, and eventually we have change.
Eventually, we're not getting enough change. Obama lied
enough
to
at
me.
all.
Let's see here. But no, like my big thing. I hope I hope I don't come across any mirror matches. That'd be fun. But I'm probably gonna be like you. I'm probably gonna take a fun deck. Like I'm still deciding between 2 decks, but it's kind of an iffy like situation because depending on if one of our team members does and actually get to enter or not depends if I get to play that deck or vice versa.
Fair point.
So
I believe in you.
I'll figure out something.
I kind of.
But you kind of believe in me. Thank you. So the venue wise, I'm looking forward to it because we actually get the hotel in the venue this time.
Mhm.
We don't have to walk a mile. So I'm
No,
kind of glad about that.
no, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
I thought he said he got a Airbnb.
They don't want more than 4 people, and then he somehow got the hotel at the CNN Center. So
Oh, wow, okay.
it kind of worked out in our favor.
Wait, they didn't allow more than 4 people.
Yeah, that we'll discuss that later. Yeah, but long story short, they
That's
don't want more
weird
than 4.
considering the last time my Airbnb we had 11 people in like a 2-bedroom house.
Where was this at?
When we went to Virginia for NecoCon,
Oh.
and we had a little house there, and they're like, "Cool, how many people are going?" 11, and they're like, "Oh, okay."
But
As long as everyone registers, and then we all registered.
but yeah, I'm perfectly fine because that means we don't have to do a lot of walking. I mean, we can, but
Oh, I mean, I'm glad that everything worked out in the end, and we're back in the CNN Center. But
yes.
Yeah, like I don't really care for. I don't mind like having to walk a whole bunch. That doesn't bother me. But like I stated before, with people going, hey,
Hey, can I get that pizza?
yeah,
No.
like fuck off. Anyway, so if nothing else, I'm glad for that. But they do have like really good food at that CNN Center. I like a lot of their food.
That's an understatement.
Bro.
That one day I just went to the same place for all 3 meals.
Mm-hmm. I do not blame you one bit. It is fucking delicious.
What place was that?
I'll show you when we get there.
Okay.
I mean, we could, he doesn't want to plug in too much stuff in the podcast and channel that isn't the channel. So
Exactly. It's a very thin line I walk.
he's like, I plug the channel everywhere else. I don't plug everywhere else in the channel.
That's fair.
Exactly.
No. Oh man, that's gonna be so crazy. But no, okay. Outside of the venue and everything, I do wonder, like, what the bigger combinations of teams are gonna be. Like sets. Like, are people just gonna go in with fun stuff, or I don't know. Like, I know I've stated this before already in the podcast, but I would very like to see what combinations everyone does.
I think it's gonna be a 50-50 split.
I do
I
too.
think it's gonna be like 50% of the people there are gonna be just straight up tryhardy teams, or if not tryhardy teams, it's gonna be 2 tryhard decks, and then their one friend who's like, I'm gonna play this for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And
then
people
they're
could
like,
be
doesn't matter,
tryhards,
we'll
though,
carry
too.
you.
Yeah.
I feel like some people are going to test the water, like try out new decks and stuff they haven't like actually tried out yet. I mean, that would be a good testing grounds too for some decks.
I feel like that'll be the third player in the team of like the 2 people who are like, we really just need a third guy so we can go and win. I'm like, oh hey, I got this new deck I want to try. Cool, come along. Okay.
Good enough.
I wonder how many other people are going to come up to us and be like, "Hey, we need one more person for our team."
Oh, there's gonna be a lot of that.
Oh, no worries. There's a guy over there named Taylor McNeil. He doesn't have a a team yet. There's just one Asian dude bugging him. Just no. So I mean, go grab him. Oh, thanks, man. There's just no.
I mean, one of our friends we're meeting up with, he wants to run Milky Homes, which I would love to see English Milky Homes in this.
Was that Enrique?
Yes.
God.
He was like, you know what? I'm going to run that English Milky Homes. I said, now I do have this thing with him. If he actually does, that means that's what I'm running. Because I said I would do it too.
Oh, man. Well, he's talking about borrowing TLR from me, so you may end up not running that.
Darn it. I wanted to troll some people and then make them feel bad if I actually beat them.
I would feel horrible if I did. Anyway.
I feel horrible for both of you. Horrible for you because you already wrote off your fate, but also horrible for your opponent because he actually sat there and proved you wrong and lost.
Yeah. So you're never gonna win with this bullshit,
I'm going to win with no level 3s. Let's go, dude.
You're gonna play your 1 Milky Homes card. He's gonna be all confident, like, I got this in the bag. And then the moment he takes that damage and hits that 7 and loses, he's gonna blank out, honestly.
He's gonna go into a coma.
You're gonna banish that fucker to the Shadow Realm is what you're gonna do at that point. You just need to have like a fucking Millennium Puzzle to pull out when that happens and just go Mind Crush at that point.
Like, the moment you place your deck nice and shuffled onto the mat, I expect the Seal of Orichalcos to just appear. Like, you beat him, his soul is gone. He's not gonna want to play anymore for the rest of the day.
See, that's where
you doomed that team.
Timmy, you're making this really tempting now. Stop.
Okay, so if he plays the Seal of Orichalcos, does that affect the entire 3v3?
Oh, hang on here now, Kyle.
Oh shit. you gotta read in between the lines, Timmy.
So Timmy,
all right, I won mine. Oh, they lost
it's
theirs.
not too late.
It's like,
Timmy, it's not too late for you and I to go go grab a third member who isn't, trying to steal people's souls.
I'm just saying, the circle's gonna appear, and it's like, okay, it's just around Kyle. Then it's gonna slowly grow. Oh no, no.
No.
Shit! We like duck out the way, and the other 3 guys across from us, or 3 people across from us, can be like, "The fuck's going on? Oh, why does oh god, my heart hurts." And then Kyle's just Milky Homes. I'll face all 3 of you.
Proceeds to win. They all.
I don't know how you did it.
I had
I don't know
3
what the
Milky
power
Home
of your
decks,
vanillas
sir.
are.
I had 3 decks and I was playing them all at the same time.
I know, but
See,
but the power of vanilla.
that's where if you and Enrique do end up both running that, if we somehow get paired against each other, you and him just have to go against each other.
We can rock, paper, scissors!
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Is that one level 0, dude? You can do it. If you're like, yeah,
My
bro.
automatic throwaway card? Yeah, that one.
Just, I'm going,
Like
I'm gonna-
if you both decide to do that, y'all need to tell each other what seating you're at, just in case.
True.
Like y'all need to be on the same seat, so that way, if we do get paired, then y'all go against each other
That means I actually need to put sleeves on this deck and have it ready.
for some reason.
Boy.
That means I should actually probably pick up a pack of sleeves just in case. Pack of sleeves or
Yeah,
two.
we need those clear over sleeves.
I just need sleeves in general.
I need to get those pro mat over sleeves.
Mm.
See, I also want to show up early to it, and hell, even maybe the night before, or like when we show up, still go to the venue, and then still see what all the vendors have, because I still want to see what all people have.
That was my plan at least. Because
Uh-huh.
the plan is to leave early enough, get to the hotel, meet up with them, go check out the scene.
Mm-hmm.
See what the vendors got, see if we can find any deals, then we go explore Atlanta. That way we can put all the shit back in the room.
Are we allowed to hand out business cards to people? At the venue?
I don't know, we're gonna find out.
I was like, I don't see why not.
Have a card, have a card, have a card.
Just preacher of Love Live. What the fuck?
Oh shit, I ran out of the other ones. Here you go, here you go, here you go, here. Start handwriting base damage and all of them.
I feel like if need be, Kyle's gonna slowly start like walking by people and just slipping the business cards in like whatever bags are carrying around full of material.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
And then at the
Just,
end, at the
oh hey, sorry man, and it's like they go home and just, a preacher of love. When did I get this?
we're gonna find that one trash can completely and totally full of nothing but our business cards at that point.
Well, time to recycle already.
Shit, dude.
As Kyle takes them out the trash can. Would you like some business cards?
You're gonna become like Gambit, be all like proficient at throwing business cards and
Oh,
shit, and you
yeah.
just like you somehow throw it just perfectly that it lands inside somebody's deck, and then they go to search their deck with an effect or whatever. They don't see it. They go to search through the deck. The fuck is that? And all the person across
Judge.
from yeah, next thing you know, the person across from just yells, "Judge!" Oh god, that'd be crazy. Be some fucked up sleight of hand as well. I'm just saying.
I mean, apparently that's how we're gonna
How'd you
win.
get our
is
card?
Kyle DQing everybody.
Wow, I just have an extreme amount of luck. Everyone just keeps screwing up.
They all keep drawing base damage business cards. That's weird. Anyway,
What the hell is base damage? Like, I
As
can
we-
thank them later.
as we pack up our base damage playmats and switch them out.
I get home and check the subscriber count, and all of a sudden it's just shot up through the fucking roof. Like, what the fuck is this? No, I don't even care.
Oh,
And
we
all our
broke
comments are
1,000
complaints.
Yeah, all of our comments are complaints. The fuck did you do? Nico, knee, my child. Oh god. Okay, so enough of the BS for a second here, because we went off on a major tangent there. Okay.
I'm just saying that went from Seal of Orichalcos to Kyle being Gambit. I don't know how that happened, but it happened.
It's a damn good question, but well, I'll listen back again later and let you know. So anyway, the fact of that going on this weekend is going to be interesting. It's going to be something I know we've been planning for a while now, and sadly enough, I still don't know what deck I'm going to use.
I mean, I narrowed it down. I'm still
Yeah.
between the two, so
Yeah,
possibly 3, depending on who does who.
which deck do you think you're going to end up taking, Timmy? Is it probably SAO, so I don't look like a fool?
Already knows.
Let me tell you right now. I said if I play, I'm probably gonna play Jewel Burn.
Oh snap!
I said I'm probably gonna play Jewel Burn, and I'm gonna bring SAO just in case, because it's like, if it's looking like we kind of need to try, then of course, then I'll switch to Sword Art. But
Mm-hmm.
if it's looking like, oh, today's just gonna be a fun day, then I'm gonna play Jewel Burn and see what happens.
That makes me wonder how many people are going to show up. I need to figure out what the number of teams that were there for like the ones that have already occurred. Like I said, I think one of them was Chicago, but anyway. But try to find out like about how many people are going to be there for it, because because this doesn't have the invite to National/Worlds, I don't think it's going to be a bigger number of people. I think it's going to be a lower number of people than what we saw back in the fall. So
I kind of agree with that because it's not like this is more of a fun event. This is like how you introduce people, kind of, because it's not too serious. Not a lot of tryhards will be out there, kind of like, sitting here like heavy breathing over their deck, trying to decide on which ones they're going to do. But you have more like communication and people actually talking back and forth, and more fun out of it.
Oh, sometimes what my communication.
Especially if there's another event at the same time as well.
Oh, that's true, because they're still gonna have Vanguard and Buddy Fight and all.
And Dragonborn. Whoa.
I don't know how well that's gonna go over, but I hope it does decent. I guess I don't know. I'm neutral on it. I don't intend to play it, but I'm not gonna hate it. So.
As I'm not gonna say anything bad about it, because I don't know it, but I just know a lot of it is decided through die rolls, and that was something I already wasn't too keen on. But again, feel free to correct me, anyone in the comment section, if you play the game religiously and you're like, that's not true. And it's like, okay, cool, I'll be willing to listen.
Yeah.
But the 3 opinions I got about the game from people who actually played it were just die rolls, don't play it. And I said, okay. And then I got sad because no one else wanted to play it.
I don't know. It makes me think back to the days of Yu-Gi-Oh with Snipe Hunter, and then I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Yeah. So, anyway,
We love you, Bushiroad. Please don't kill us.
oh God,
Please don't murder us in the middle of our sleep.
I ain't even
Specifically at Atlanta. Don't kill us in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wait till we come back to North Carolina. I don't know.
Then do that.
If you want to do it then,
Hey.
it's cool. We ain't got to
Hey,
travel as far.
Them going to their own event, whatever, okay. But if they come to North Carolina, come to Blue Walk specifically to hunt us down. That means we recognize, okay? We go down as
point.
heroes.
You have a big point. Like, I don't even. If some kind of representative were to show up at Blue Ox for that and just like, hey, I'm with Bushiroad, da da da, and it's just like, who here is Kool-Aid?
We went out the back door.
All of a sudden, dip. So, it would be the opposite of something else I saw that happened a couple years back, where one of the guys I was playing in Yu-Gi-Oh, he and I just finished up a game. He's like, "Oh man, that was a good game. That was a good game." Goes to walk outside the back door to go smoke a cigarette. All of a sudden, lightning strikes like right next to the building, and he fucking dives back in parallel to the ground. It just that's gonna be me, but reverse. Just like, hey, I'm from Bushiroad. Just all of a sudden gone. You'd never see a fat man move that quick. But anywho, yeah. So with that, any other thoughts before we get to signing off in just a second here?
Well, I have closing remarks, but not on Georgia.
What closing remarks do you have, good sir, Mr.
He's
PR?
got a lot of.
I got a lot of
Plugging.
plugging to do, so I'm going to
He's
let
got a lot
everyone
of
else
plugging
get
to
their
catch
stuff out
up
of the
on
way.
in his absence. So let's all go ahead and just say, well, I'm Timmy. I was here. See you guys later, I guess.
Well, are you
I want
do
to
you
buy
have
an Astolfo wig.
Go buy an Astolfo wig?
I want to go buy an Astolfo wig.
Do I blame you? Not one bit.
Do we
I like
judge you?
hair.
Not one bit.
Good.
Are we concerned?
If you did, I would just actually do
Concerned greatly, but that's not the point.
it.
What do you?
I don't know. I just wanted to close the remarks. I didn't have anything, so there you go.
You don't have any final thoughts on Georgia?
I already said my thoughts in between your thoughts and his thoughts and everyone's thoughts. We all thoughts.
We're not
T-H-O-T-S.
thoughts, sir.
Be gone, thought. Anyway. Oh God, I hope that dude doesn't show back up again. Okay, for real, Timmy, there was a dude last year.
I hope so because I want to meet him.
There was a dude that I sat right next to last year, first round, and every single time he reversed a character of his opponents, he would yell, "Be gone, thought."
I remember.
And I'm not saying like just I'll tap for this trigger for 3. Okay, cool. On reverse, be gone, thought. No. He would go dramatic voice into it. And I'm talking the whole fucking thing would hear. I think the Bushiroad people had to come over and tell him, shut the fuck up.
Well, yeah, man. When you're just, when you're killing when you're in a waifu game and you're killing the waifus. I guess he just felt the need.
Yeah.
He just felt it in his body and his soul. And he was like, "I must smite thee," and then just immediately scream, "Begone, thought!" And then that's when Bushiroad kicked in.
Exactly. So.
But don't worry, he'll be there. He'll be there. I hope he is. I need him to be there.
I don't even know his name. I just remember that one portion of it. But
Hey, thought Zeus guy, you should go there. You should be there. Hopefully. There we go. That's my actual closing remark.
Fuck Zeus guy. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, yes. The cool lady got anything so Joe can unleash the bomb of his pluggings.
I'm good. I don't really have any other comments for after that. There's nothing I can top for that. So
Cracks knuckles, cracks neck, cracks back. Alrighty. So I'm assuming this is the end of the whole segment podcast we are doing. Please check out our Facebook page that we, or more so me, try to put out stuff whenever big things are happening for us, the channel, or any events that we're going to. Check out the Discord where we talk about Fake Go, different things about Weiss in general. We have other YouTubers that are Weiss like content makers on our Facebook page and as well as on the Discord channel. So we gladly will help new people plug things, etc., etc. So please check out the links below about those two things. We're working on fixing up to make more Rogue Deck reviews. We had some technical problems, but we're currently working on it. Don't you worry, they'll be coming back as soon as we can do them. Our TCG player store is up and running.
It's been up and running.
Some people were asking questions about it. It's up to go. We got things on there you might want. Come check us out. Show us support, because that's how you can support us. Anything else?
Okay.
Are you done plugging, or are you just taking a break?
I'm pretty much done plugging.
Okay, because I can tell you right now that I want to finish my thought from earlier here, I can buy an Astolfo wig for $25 or 33 with the bows.
He looked it up. Oh my god.
Okay. 33 with the bow.
So, with that,
they're all over Amazon, guys. Do it.
With that, we're gonna sign off for now, before he gets the whole costume. And...
Hey Kyle, there's a Jane D'Arc hair just for you, buddy.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm gonna look this up now.
Thank y'all
So
for
$32 from Suncoast.
Ooh.
And we will see y'all on the flip side. Peace out for now.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.